a woman that I met a couple of years ago, whom I have grown close to, said something to me that I would never forget. And the reason why she said it to me, the more that I study people, the more that I grow, the more it makes sense to me. Right? She said, "You're a threat because you're not married and you don't have small children." Right? I'm a mother. I've been a mother for 32 years. But I'm at an age where women are building lives with men, have built lives with men for some time, and they have, even if they don't have small children, they have teenage children. Women my age are locked into what they are supposed to be doing, right? I did that. I was married and a stay-at-home mom and these things, but I did that in my 20s, right? And so how women are living in their 40s is not how I'm living in my 40s. And although women my age and younger know that, the younger women know I'm not their peers, and the women my age know that I'm not young. I'm not a young woman, right? I live as one. I don't have the burdens and responsibilities and these things that women my age usually have. And that can feel threatening to women, right? Aside from everything else women feel threatened by, which is, looks and sex appeal and what they think men desire, right? Women are always competing with each other. Women are always sizing each other up. Don't let women, very few women are evolved beyond that. Very few. It's a very small amount of women that are evolved beyond looking at women and sizing her up and, feeling like she's a threat or whatever it is, right? The low grade nonsense. Women participate in it. And so when you have not subscribed to societal standards or norms, you become a focal point. You become a target. You become a threat. It's very important to know how you are perceived so that you can navigate in life protected and aware, right? And I speak about this in my Glamour Magic group session, which starts this Saturday, December 6th, and it will continue on December 13th. I also have a God's Don't Beg, They Create ritual starting on the 12th, which is a Friday. That's a 7-day ritual. You have to know how people view you, why they view you in the ways that they do, so that you could understand why people will try to mistreat you. See, people view me as competent. They view me as strong. And they view me as like I can take anything. Right? And this is one of the reasons why Black women don't want to be called strong, because when you have that perception of someone, you tend to give them what you think they can handle. Right? So I speak about this, where sometimes it's like I have to like tone myself down or remind men that I'm a woman, even though I visually look like that, right? I'm not like a masculine woman. I have sex appeal, right? Which is something many women don't have, right? I have these things, but because I'm not an idiot, men don't treat me that way. And I see how men, they're chivalrous, but it borders and sometimes spills over to pity. because men, it's like they think women are incompetent. And sometimes I have to downplay myself, right? The threat is not only to women, it's to men as well. Sometimes I'll be in the presence of a man that I don't know and he'll just like tense up. Like I could feel like the heat coming from him. Right? So there's a lot that comes with being me. And in order to survive, I have to understand why people are responding to me in the ways that they do. I talk about being attractive and how people treat attractive women because if you don't know you're attractive, you will allow people to destroy you. Because people like men think because you're attractive that all men like are treating you special. And some of them, many of them will want to treat you like shit because they think that the world is treating you and you need to be humbled. Women do the same thing. Right? So you have to understand why people are treating you the ways that they do. You have to know yourself, right? If you don't fit societal standards, if you're not conventionally attractive, if you're overweight, people are going to treat you how they perceive you. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. It just is. And when you are dealing with humans and human nature, you have to understand things are what they are. You may not like it. It may not be right. But in order to survive, you got to understand it. Humans are not that evolved. Humans are always going to respond from their innate nature. I talk about this in my Glamour Magic manifesto. You have to understand why things trigger you. You have to understand your shadow self. You got to understand all these things about you so that you can create a desirable life. Because when you understand you, you're going to understand why people respond to you in the ways that they do. When you understand the power of attractiveness, of beauty, right? You have to understand why humans are the way that they are. You don't have to like it. It may not be right. It may be unfair, but things are what they are. And you have to use things for your advantage, right? You have to understand things, right? So watching this Cooking with Kaya, right? And how women and men are responding to her. Because people, you listen to women and you think that all men like her and are digging her. No. Men are just as bad as women when it comes to women being attractive or women being sexy. Men are just as dirty and disgusting and hateful as women are to women. You would think men would enjoy it, but that's not so. Right? So I understand why men and women are responding to her in the ways that they do. And it's because she's desirable. She's young. She's cute. Right? And men feel powerless because most of them will never get a woman to be happy to be cooking anything for them. Most men. Right? All they're going to get is the woman in the kitchen with a bonnet on, slamming cabinets, mad that she got to cook. Right? And most women will never get that kind of attention. It really runs deep. For those of you who are new here or who are daft, my work is for women. So I'm going to focus mostly on women, right? So women don't have a problem watching the single mother of 7 cooking, right? Women don't have a problem with watching wives get up in the morning and cook for their husbands lunch and breakfast and these things. But they loathe Cooking with Kaya. And the only difference is she's adding sexuality and sex appeal to cooking. Right? Because women view her as a threat because of her currency. right? Now they will make up a bunch of shit and, and to justify their hate. But I mean, let's be so fucking for real. She doesn't want your man that works down at the Amazon warehouse, right? Let's be for real, right? This young lady is open to so many opportunities, right? She can have ball players and rappers and things, or men with money. She does not want your boyfriend making $50,000 a year at some job, right? So, but women, instead of women discovering, why does this girl trigger me? Why do I hate her? Like, women could love me down. As soon as I post a thirst trap, here come the passive aggressive comments. I blocked a few women the other day when I posted a picture and I said, "Be pretty, be sexy is fun." It was a couple of passive aggressive comments in there. Now these women were in my comments, sissing me. But as soon as that threat of sex appeal and desire, that's when they start really showing who they are. Women don't have a problem with you as long as you're not a threat, right? And I learned that early on. And you never really know why women are threatened by you, right? So when I was told that I was a threat because I'm unmarried and didn't have small children, that was like, I heard it, I'm like, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Especially when it comes to women my age and older, right? Some young women, as if I would compete with young women for young men. What the fuck is a 30 something, 20 something year old man gonna do for me, right? But you never really know why women feel threatened by you or triggered by you. But you do have to understand what is happening, right? Because with women, we'll internalize it. And this is why women won't dress up and women won't wear makeup, because women know what women do to each other. Y'all know what y'all do to people you feel threatened by, right? Women like to watch my content and act like they're exempt from everything. I know it's bullshit. And, I throw testers out there every now and again. Every now and again, I'll post a thirst trap and I'll see who really is fucking with me and who is just comfortable with what I post. Women could be triggered as hell by my messages. But let me post a thirst trap. And that's when women really start showing their asses. Because really and truly, that's all women really care about. A lot of women is to be attractive. Sis, what's your lip gloss? What's your makeup? What's this? Because all women want to do is be attractive to men. That's most women. Right? But at least with my messages, and I'm not showing the sexual side of me, then they could swallow that. And I've seen a lot of that on my old Facebook page. I had one where I lost a couple of years ago. Every now and again, I would post thirst traps, and women would say, "Oh, you're better than that," or "You don't have to do that." I don't have to do what? Be sexy? I don't have to do that, right? Because to women, being sexy is performative because most women have no sex appeal, right? So a lot of this stuff is very deep within women, and I had to understand that in order to protect myself, because women are dangerous. I do not play games with women, especially when it comes to being sexy and desirable and pretty and what they think men want. Women will maim and kill for that shit. And women don't want to, face these things, because women, we just want to be comfortable. We don't want to have to be on guard all the time. And, but the higher you ascend, the more you have to protect yourself. Because remember, most people are not going to self-actualize. Most people won't even be aware. Most people watching my content, it's not sinking in. Right? And this is why I have offline spaces, to bring together those who get it, but they need more. They want more. Right? When it comes to women, our issues, our plight is dismissed because it's not a big deal. Like, Why are you complaining that you're pretty? Or, because women will fucking end you. When it comes to men, when it comes to dick, when it comes to attention, women are relentless. I do not play any games, and I speak about this often. You have to protect yourself, especially when it comes to men, because men will play all day because they don't take the shit that women deal with amongst themselves seriously. It's a game to them, right? That's why certain women don't want to show that they have a man, or they never say they have a man, or you can't do certain things because women will destroy you, especially when they view you as a threat. Women will want to become you. It's a realist. Women are sick, right? And these are the things that you really have to accept the higher you ascend. As much as I love women and I love working with women, I still have to protect myself because you just never know, right? And I respect women. Women want to come in my spaces, and, this is why I don't record sessions, and I'm very careful about who I have in my spaces because I understand that women, they need to trust me in order to, come into my spaces and open up, because women are dangerous. I mean, women have been the biggest threat to me, not men, women, because I allow women into my spaces, into my world. I don't allow men in, right? But in order to continue to allow women in, I have to understand them and why they respond to me in the ways that they do. So we're going to discuss a lot in my Glamour Magic group session. Glamour Magic is, for me, the way I teach. It's beyond just looking pretty and being magical to men and putting a spell on men. And that shit is, a mindless woman could do a lot of this shit that people want to teach women. Like, to me, glamour is a mental thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's how you create yourself, right? It's your confidence, right? It's your intellectual abilities, right? Everything with me is intellectual, all my work, right? Even my Perfecting the Thirst Trap course, where I teach how to take selfies and videos and things. That's a spiritual, that's mirror work. That's my version of mirror work, right? So Glamour Magic is way beyond the bullshit that please. The shit people be trying to pull on men, it's like, it's child's play. It's not. I'm here for women to learn about self. Learn how they show up in the world. Learn how people perceive them. Why people perceive them the ways that they do. Right? Because that's how you control your reality. That's how you control people. That's how you could control the environment. I understand how to deal with certain people, with the people around me, why that one responds to me in that way, why that man responds to me in that way. When a man is looking for my attention, my validation, when a woman wants to be my friend, or when a woman just wants to get close to me to become me, all of these things I had to learn for survival. Because people would eat me the fuck alive if I wasn't aware. But again, I'm a woman and I'm attractive, and people will dismiss everything like everything is in my head and I'm just making shit up because I want to be a victim. I survived what I survived because I had to learn myself and learn people. What I've been through, people have checked themselves out for less. Right? So, Glamour Magic is a way of life. This shit really has nothing to do with men. A lot of please, men are like really... My spiritual mother used to say to me, they see your glory, they don't know your story. And that's because people see the results of my work, right? I am the results. And because I don't look like who done it and why, it's hard for people to really grasp that I actually put in the work, that I'm actually putting the work in daily. It's hard for people to believe that I work. It's hard for people to believe that men are not funding my lifestyle. Like the things that women talk about men have done for them, like they've been proposed to a bunch of times. That never happened for me. I never had like men just paying my bills, and none of that shit has ever happened for me. If I got something from a man, it's because I was with them. Right? Like this is my nature. My father is Jamaican. My father raised me to have my own. He used to tell me I didn't need a man. So I am the way that I am because of nature and nurture, right? I bust my ass. I like a fucking workaholic. Like I'm very enterprising. Like I built my platforms from this, right? My looks open the door. People like looking at me, right? But I always said I was never going to get through life from sucking dick. I was going to use this, right? And again, it's hard for people to accept that. I purposely did not make certain moves in my life. Or I purposely chose one thing over another because of what I wanted to do. Right? People think I'm not in certain positions because I'm not capable, or people are. But again, I understand why people respond to me in the ways that they do. One, a lot of people aren't capable. Mediocrity is the norm, right? And people can't fathom that somebody attractive would actually want to do something for themselves, right? So the most important lesson you're going to learn in life is yourself and why people respond to you in the ways that they do. You have so much power and leverage. You're like the puppet master when you understand that. It's so easy for me to control and manipulate people because people are predictable. Humans are not that bright, right? And they underestimate me. That's one major thing, right? So anyway, Saturday, December 6th and Saturday, December 13th, we're going to be